setting Washington's agenda. The Morning Majority, 5 to 9 on 630 WMAL.
837 WMAL, Morning Majority. Brian Eva, Tony Blankley in this morning.
Morning.
Eli Lake, National Security Reporter for the Washington Times, joins us again. Good to talk to you, Eli. We have a lot to go on with Libya and Egypt. But I wanted to start with Syria. You had a piece last week that said the White House essentially turned down a call for help from Syria's democratic opposition to put pressure on Bashar Assad. Can I read that as the administration is okay if Bashar Assad stays in power, or am I reading too much into that?
Well, at this point, I think for now, the White House is saying that a series of totally diplomatic steps that kind of envoys of the Syrian opposition, which I have to say is, at least in Syria, largely leaderless. It's similar to the other organizations, but these are people who are in touch with them almost like every hour,
right,
and are responsible for getting a lot of their information out to Western journalists. And these were not requests for, an invasion or for military training. This was a request for diplomatic pressure at the UN Human Rights Council. And this was a request for targeted sanctions similar to what has been imposed on senior Libyan and Iranian officials. So Syrians who were involved in ordering the firing on innocent or nonviolent demonstrators should be sanctioned. Not, not UN sanctions or something like that. And that was largely turned down, and also for the President Obama to, in his own words. Now, there have been statements that have been issued in Obama's name condemning the violence in Syria, I should say. But they wanted something on camera where President Obama specifically called out Bashar Assad. And these things for now have been, the White House has said, we're not going to do this at this point for now. And we'll see if that's changed because, there were demonstrations on Friday and there were further crackdowns on Friday. The hopes of many in the State Department that Bashar Assad would turn out to be a reformer, would use this as an occasion to announce a series of meaningful reforms, largely have been dashed by the evidence of how his military is acting.
Eli, Tony Blankley, let me ask you a question. What do you make anything of the theory that the reason the administration is being soft on Syria is because they hope to have an Israeli-Palestinian deal even yet and see Syria as a key piece of that? I think wrongly so, but as opposed to making an independent judgment of whether he's a reformer or not. Is there anything to that theory?
I think that there's two things going on. I think there might be still a hope that there is a sense